What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. It's Mama Kisha, and I hope you guys are having a lovely Thursday. And I thought I would come to you guys with some Throwback Thursday. So Throwback Thursday for me is giving you guys some tips on things that we have already worked on or have experienced that you may be interested in. So before I get started, I need you to subscribe to this channel, share, like this video, and subscribe again, and just make sure somebody subscribes. And thank you for the support, even if it's supporting my daughters or supporting me. I thank you guys so much. You know, then you know it's that mom life. Well, back to the video. Y'all, my hair is like supposed to be like down, and it's not, so I threw a cap on so I could talk to y'all, because today's just been a rough day for me, and I'm being honest, but I still wanted to get on here and be consistent and do what I need to do. I'm just having a really rough day. And if some of you know, then you know why I'm having a rough day. If you don't, I'm sorry, I'm just having a rough day. All right, so let's get back into it. So I hope you have your pen and paper. And I'm basically going to give you some tips that you are going to need. Okay, so if you are interested in getting your child into child acting, even if you just want them to be in a few commercials or background or getting started, the way to get started in this is tip number one. And tip number one is, does your child want to do this or you? And you're probably like, excuse me? But I'm going to say it again. Is this your idea, or is this something your child said, Mommy, I want to try this? Or especially when it's kind of like an older kid, probably like 5 or 6, they can really tell you if, you know, it's something that they're really interested in. If you guys hear my daughter, she's filming in her studio with her friends, and they're awfully loud, and I'm in the living room. So please forgive me. So that is what I'm saying to you. But I'm saying this to you is because this is my experience. I have a kid that is in this business, but I have a kid that I think should be in this business, that I feel will be good for this business, because that child of mine does all these crazy things at home, has crazy outrageous personality for her age, but she has been on many auditions, gets in the room and acts like she doesn't know how to talk, act like she is just disgusted, irritated. She'll be like, I promise I'm going to get in there. I'm going to do it. She wouldn't even, the last audition we went to, she wouldn't even go in the room by herself without me. Then we got in the room, they're telling her to do one thing and she wanted to do the opposite. That right there has officially told me I would no longer take her on auditions. I'm not even about to waste my energy or those people's energy, okay? And it's just that just because I thought it was for her, it wasn't. When I have a kid that does this, and she's been doing it so long, even when she was little, she would just go in and do her thing. I didn't have to hold her hand. I didn't have to do anything. She just is naturally for her. So that is why I'm telling you this, because you could get caught up in this and be putting yourself out on a limb and wasting your time and energy, and that child could have something else. Because the child that I want to do this is a totally opposite child. There's something about them that I should have really recognized that I really wasn't, because I wanted them to do something that I thought they could do. Honey, trust and believe, I am going along with what God has blessed them with, the talent and the skills, and that is what I am going to stand by and support as a parent. Something that she already has a passion for, something she really enjoys. That's what I'm sticking to. So number one is to make sure that your child really wants to do this, and this is something they want to do. You can take them on one audition, maybe 2 is going to tell you if your child is down with the get down, okay? Don't keep going after 2. If you get 2 bad experiences, they ain't no third time is a charm in this industry with kids doing all of this, because some kids just ain't having it. Okay? Tip number 2, and this is for my New York people. If you are looking to work in the state of New York, you don't have to live in New York, but if you are looking to work in the state of New York and your child, you're looking for your child to work in the state of New York, this is what you would need. You will go on labor.ny.gov. Again, labor.ny.gov. You will go on there and you will look up child performer. It will say Department of Labor, child performers. The basic requirements for parents and guardians, okay? There's a 15-day process for this, okay? But let me tell you the trick in this. When you apply for a child's performer work permit, New York now, it requires you to have a ID or passport or something of that nature. for them to work on set as well. Before, they didn't need all that. They just needed a quick few things and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It ain't like that no more. If your child doesn't have a passport or any of that, even though Justice had all that, I still took Justice to New York. We went to the DMV. Justice went up there, filled out everything on her own. She was the one who had to fill out, sign it and everything, because it was her and it was her legal ID. So she has something that looks like a driver's license. It looks like a driver's license, and that is what she uses a lot too. And she uses it basically as 2 forms of ID when someone asks her for 2 forms of ID. In the process of filling out the work permit, it's gonna tell you it's a 15-day. Let me tell you what not to do. Do not fill out for the work permit until your child has booked the job. If your child has booked the job, you fill out for that first. You can fill out for the work permit, but there's a work permit part on there that says like 15 days or right away. That means your child can work for 15 days with that permit until their permit comes. You want to wait until your child has booked a job. They can say to your child's a work permit. Yep, I'm filling it out right now. Say I'm doing it. Once they book the job, I'll make sure they have their 15 days. You know what I'm saying? They'll have their permit in the process of getting their other permit. So that is that. Please, it must be a parent or guardian. Make sure you fill out everything correctly. Second thing you're going to need in this industry, even with the child work permit, you're going to need a bank. You're going to need an account for your child, because 15% of their pay in the state of New York goes into their bank. A Coogan account or something that they can use to put the money away that we are not legally or them are able to touch until they are the age of 18. Before our kids got into this industry, parents was probably doing whatever they want with it, because a lot of parents say, oh, my kid get rich, I'm going to be rich. That's not how this works. This is for your child to have a future. This is for your child to be able to pay for themselves to go to college one day. This is for your child to be able to buy a home one day. Excuse me. This is for your child to be able to do things that you probably weren't able to do. This is not no game or no joke. This is not for you to, because 15% is going to go in a bank account and the rest is going to come to you. Use common sense. Get the account they're asking you to get, and get your child a bank account, and keep putting the other money that they send you in the account. Act like it does not exist. You understand me? It's just going there. Every now and then, yeah, let them feel like they're doing a little something with their money. But this ain't no, oh my God, I worked the job, you about to get it and pay. Teach them not to live paycheck to paycheck, but to save and to grow and have a future and stock. Have them invest. Teach them what it is to buy stock now for them using their money. So while that is not only increasing in one bank account, you're increasing it in multiple revenues and streams of income. Okay, so step 2 was the work permit. Step 3 is the bank account. Okay, bank account. You can try, I'm going to give you one. It's called Actors Federal Credit Union. Actors Federal Credit Union. You can actually call somebody. They'll walk you through. They'll do everything in the process. They'll do everything over the computer and over the phone to set up the account and talk to you, as long as you're a legal guardian. Then everything will be mailed to you, because there's a lot of things that you need to send in with your child's work permit. Okay, so there's some things you need to do. You need to go on there and get a trust account, and it's a lot of stuff. You got school forms, emergency forms, trust account forms, because in order to fill out the work permit, basically step 3 needs to be done before step 2. So let me take that back. In order to fill out your child work permit, you must already have an account. Step 2, get the account. I did step 2 and 3 at the same time. Like, it was all, step 2 and 3 is combined. Bank, work permit, okay? Make sure they want to do it. Bank account, work permit. Those are the 3 right there. That is basically what you need. Number 4, okay? A lot of this you can do on your own, but I'm going to give you a few websites that I think will be very helpful if your child has never done this before, so they can understand the terms and the words that is used on set. You can understand how set works and see if this is really what you want to do, okay? Backstage.com. People can tell you whatever you want. 9 times out of 10, Backstage has a lot of great opportunities on there. My daughter has done a lot of things off of there. You can even find things on your own without management on Backstage.com, okay? Actors Access. Actors Access is very good to have, and these things you pay. Backstage is probably like $20. Actors Access you pay as you send out the submissions. And those are the things that you can use. Okay, silly. Okay, and the next one I'm going to give you guys is called Central centralcasting.com. Centralcasting.com is LA, Louisiana, Georgia, and there's one more, I think. But Central Casting, and they do the same thing. They can get you. And let me tell you something. My daughter has gone for a background position and has gotten a lead role by just showing up. Talent recognized talent. You understand what I'm saying? And God recognized hard work and dedication. But I'm just telling you, anything is possible in the eyes of God. Let me say that. So I had a few emails someone sent me and said, how do you feel being a mom, and how does it feel being a mom on set? And when your daughter does something huge, if someone recognizes her, how does it feel? Well, it feels absolutely amazing. I can tell you, we've been doing this for a while, and I do get emotional still. It's an experience. You meet a lot of different people from all over. You meet a lot of different moms. And if you are confident in who you are, you network, you work together. I'm not one of those moms, oh, my daughters work with these people, so I'm going to be on set and be. I'm not any of that. My daughter is there, but, you know what I'm saying, the doors are still opening for her. So being on set is pretty cool. You meet a lot of moms, you make a lot of friendships. But you're there to be focused and handle your business and keep your kid on track. That's what I'm going to talk about as far as that behavior on set. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody like a kid that's spunky. But nobody wants somebody that's just all over the place, because they could be spunky. But when it's time to get in the industry thing, sorry y'all, when it's time to get on set and it's time to handle business, they got to be able to, they got to be able to do that. They got to be able to turn it on, turn it off, and also be professional, be very professional. You want them to be able to go in there, and it's not them not being a kid, but you want them to be confident. You want them to be able to really know what's going on. On another tip I have, you'll be asked to send in headshots, or you'll be asked to send it. It is great to have professional photos. It is great. But people be wanting to charge you an arm, a leg, a thigh, 2 eyes, a nose, your whole entire face for pictures sometime. We love photographers. They're the best. But let me tell you something. A phone with a great camera, a very excellent background, okay, is what's called a snapshot, is what you can do. You can send in snapshots, okay? You take a snap on your phone, especially now, because a lot of things is a snapshot and self-taping. We'll talk about that in the video too. I'm learning. Since we've been doing this pandemic, it's been a lot of self-taping auditions. But yes, you can get a professional photographer. Look, you want headshots, full body shots, you want that, but you want them to be focused, not really looking in the camera. You want them really to be focused on what they're doing. So that's another tip I wanted to give you guys. So right now, your concern in starting off in this industry is confidence, knowing that this is something your kid wants to do and not being forced to do, because they can recognize when it's being pushed by you and not by the kid. The next thing is working on getting a trust account handled and done, so you'll be able to fill out for the work permit. Again, New York is labor.ny.gov. I am in the state of Louisiana. Totally different ball game here. I did not really have to do any of that type of stuff. Justice was already with Central Casting from being in New York City. I basically called Central Casting and said that we have now relocated. This is our address. She needs to be put in the system for New Orleans area in Atlanta, and that is what has taken place. Shout out to Central Casting. It was no ifs, no ands, no buts. She just wanted me to email over some stuff, proof of the address, and Justice was right on the roster, ready to roll when it was coming in. Backstage, all I did was switch my zip code, and if something so happens to come, then I would so happen to catch it. We did for that. It's my kitty. She wants to get outside, trying to call the other cats. That's basically what it is for that, so you guys know that that's some things that you need. So that's what I really wanted to give you guys. Please subscribe. I'm going to try to give you guys all the clues and tips that I can to help you guys along the journey. If you have any clues and tips for me, share them, wear them, bear them. I won't be looking like this all the time. This is just how a sister's looking. I actually am, like, I got this hat on because I am deep conditioning my hair, so I need to get my hair laid down to the ground, to the float, to the wook, okay? But I wasn't not going to record. No, I wasn't, because this is what mama just look like sometimes. You be so busy, you'll be looking like this.